Hello. Welcome to Chatting with Maxie. I'm Maxetta, aka Maxie. Hey, thanks for joining me. I truly do appreciate that you push play and listen and watch these videos. You really have no idea how much I appreciate it. So, I'm going to tell you a little something. We just jumping right into chatting here, aren't we? Just jumping right in. So, this YouTube platform, which cracks me up, a platform. Anyways, this YouTube channel to me is more personal. I feel like we're friends. I feel like I've called you on FaceTime, which really I'm not a caller. I mean, I call once in a while. I call when I have to, but I'm a texter. Anyways, though, but I do call my kids. 2 of the 3. One of them, he's like his mom. He's a texter. So anyways, I just feel like I'm calling you to tell you about some things that occurred. So hopefully you'll get a little chuckle and then just share some of me and my thoughts with you. And then, of course, share some recommendations with you. And then always wrap it up with a little encouragement from the Bible. However, today I don't have specific verses from the Bible, but I'm just going to share it with you, okay? I have all sorts of notes. I don't know if I'll use them or not. But let's kick this off, right? I'm just jumping right in. No big intro, just let's go. Cannonball, let's get it. One, I'm using a little tripod today, not my big, I call it my Terrasu tripod because it's the big one, the big ring light that she got me, and I love it. I use it all the time. So you can tell I'm not using the ring light. I'm a little dark on this side, light on this side. Anyways, and so it's at an angle. So yeah, everything in the back, we're going to be a little crooked. Let me tell you what I work with. Okay, when I sit down here, got my tape, got my chair, my Addison Center chair, all my goodies back here. But I use a little, it's a tray table. I got it from Walmart. It was literally on clearance for $7. And if I had to do all over again, I'd have got 3 or 4. But I got one. I use it, and I use a little stand, usually over to the right, that I bought off of Desiree Cochran for like $3. And it's just a little tiny stand. And normally that's where I lay my papers. But tonight, I still want to drag everything out. Excuse me, I hit the table there and rocked the boat. I didn't want to. I'm tired. I did not go to sleep this morning until after 4 o'clock. And then I had to get up about 7:30. Y'all, I've got to get straightened out. The sleep situation. Goodness sakes. That's not why you tuned in today. It's not why you tuned in to chat. So let's just get right at it. Okay, let's go. I recorded the podcast last night, and I also filmed myself doing so because I was going to do it like I did last week and upload it. Just the same thing to the YouTube channel. I thought that was the route that I wanted to take. Until I watched the video. I don't think that's the route I'm going to take. Maybe. But tonight it's not, okay? I had to edit the podcast quite a bit. I got all tongue-tied. I was clearing my throat because I forgot to get a little drink. I got a little something. Pepsi. Oh, nice. I did it a lot. I don't know. I just made a lot of mistakes. I thought, I did post it, but I removed it last night. And, yeah, it's just not what I wanted to give you today. So what you're going to hear today is maybe a condensed version or a more personal version of what's on the podcast, and it'll be released tomorrow on Thursday. So listen to both, watch this, listen to that. Either way, I appreciate it. Just your support and encouragement and tuning in means a lot to me. So I'm going to tell you a little story. Kick back and relax. I don't know why I lean up like that. Let's go. I'm also, if I'm on speakerphone or the Bluetooth in my car, my kids will vouch for this. I yell. Why do I yell? You don't have to, but I'm like, hello. Grayson will say, Mom, you don't have to yell. So, anyways, I don't have to be all up in your face, in your space. But I do want to tell you some funnies. Now, I have shared some stories on Instagram stories, so I'm not going to repeat those. This one though, this one's good. This one's a something. It's a doozy. A couple weeks ago, Rye had a ball game in another area, not Glenville and not Nicholas County. I'm going to say that, and you'll understand why I say that here in a minute. And after the game, it was later, probably 10-ish or so. On our way back, we passed a McDonald's. Well, we didn't pass. We went ahead and stopped. The hubs needed a little bathroom break. And of course, I'm going to get a large Coke Light Ice. Large Coke Light Ice. Y'all, something really happened that night. Something really, really happened. So we went through the drive-thru, placed the order. Even Chris got one that night. Large Coke Light Ice. So we pay at the first window, going up to the second window where you receive the goods. Okay. Now they were very busy. They were. And so we're just sitting there, and there are windows you can look in, you can see a little behind the scenes action. Well, don't do that. Okay. Don't do it. Don't do it. So one of the cashiers, one of the fellas, was making I don't know if it's a coffee, cappuccino, frappuccino, I don't know, because that's not my world. But it was one of those type of drinks, okay? And he filled it up. It overflowed. So, it poured down the sides. Now, sometimes they'll just hand them to you like that. I prefer, let's wipe them off. If they hand them to me like that, I always ask, can I have a couple napkins? Now, I don't call them out or anything. I just say, give me a couple napkins. Okay. You guys, listen to what he did. Listen to me now. Listen. This is not okay. I do not support this behavior. He picked that cup up. It's full. Okay? Overflowing. And he licked it. He licked the cup. He licked all around it. He licked all the way up to the rim. He licked it, you guys. He licked it. Somebody ordered that and he licked it. Well, I was just, I'm shooketh. I mean, really, I was like, what in the world? So I said, Chris, and he said, I saw it. I saw it too. I said, what are we going to do? Now, usually Chris Gadd, I go to him, he guides me in the right way. He has an answer for me. I said, what are we going to do? He said, I don't know. It stumped him. So I knew it was bad. I thought, oh my gosh, it's bad. And then we were like, now this all happened very quickly. I don't want you to think we were parked there 30 minutes or something. We weren't. Now we were parked there a little while. And I'm still not sure why, because our order wasn't much. I did get some nuggy nugs because there wasn't concession at the game that I wanted, and that's neither here nor there. Licked. And then put the lid on, hand right on there. What? So I said, Chris was like, maybe one of us, I don't know who said, maybe that's his, he's clocking out and going home and taking that with him. Or maybe he's going on break. Just needs a little snacky snack. Sorry, Chris came in. I didn't expect him to be back quite this soon. Anyways, neither were true. Because we could see when he stepped over to the left, he handed it to a customer. A customer that didn't know what had just occurred. Now, I'm sure that cup was damp, from his tongue, from him licking it. I'm sure it was. Now, why didn't he just get some napkins or a rag? I don't know. He licked it. Y'all, that's done something to me. It's done something to me. I'm still dealing with it. I'm still dealing with it. Oh, gosh. So then the woman hands our food out, our little order and our drinks. And I say thank you. I hear my husband outside the door. Hello? Okay, I'm just doing a real quick recording.
I'll wait for that.
You can come and say hi. I'm telling them about that guy.
We rescheduled. I'll explain why.
Hey, I'm telling them about that guy at the restaurant that licked the cup.
No, that's nasty.
See? It's nasty. It's a true story, too. It's true. He said it's nasty. So we were like, do I pull up and like tell that customer because they came out, the drive through? Do I tell the woman? It's just too many decisions to make. I didn't know what to do. And then I'm thinking, oh my gosh, no, I don't want to get him fired. Like, what if he's the only income in his household? Like, that's how my mind works. I'm just giving you a little a little view of the inside of the noggin. I was like, I don't know what to do. So the window opens. She hands out our stuff. Thank you. Thank you. Have a good evening. Thank you. Window closes. That was it. We drive off. We get back on the interstate. What? I don't really know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. That's really something. I don't like bodily fluids, period. I don't like my own. I don't like anyone else's. I don't like sneezes, coughs, spit. Now, this is all before COVID. I mean, I've never liked it, okay? Anything coming up or out, I don't need to touch it, be aware of it, see it, hear it. I don't need involved, okay? That's something. There you go. Just sit on that. Just sit on that information a little bit. Process it. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? I don't know. I don't know. That's really something. That is really something right there. So that story is a big enough one, I think, that it can stand on its own tonight. On this episode, I think it can stand on its own. I posted a little video one day this week about the tipping saga that I had at the Mexican restaurant. So I'm not going to repeat it again. I did share it on the podcast, but I won't repeat it again since I loaded it. But, I mean, lick a cup. Lick a cup. What? There you have it. There you go. Let's move on now. Let's move on. I just want to share this with you. Okay? It's short and sweet. It's sweet. About short. Here's the thing, though. Christmas season is upon us. Okay? We made it through Thanksgiving. And we're all thankful and full of turkey. Now it's Christmas season. Let me share this. What I'm about to share with you, I'm sharing from my experiences. So they may not look like yours or be the same as yours. And guess what? It's okay. It's all right. It's not a big deal. It's okay. I may learn something from you, and you may learn something from me. So just know that I'm sharing from my very own experiences. I am sharing in hopes that someone will hear this and not be like burdened, or it won't be like a heavy season for them this year. Like, nobody needs my permission to do anything. No one. Not even my kids anymore. They're all adults. But sometimes when I hear other people like say they've been through something similar, or maybe say, hey, it's okay to do this. I've told you before a statement that Amy made to me during a tough time. She said, it's okay not to be okay. And it is for a little while. You can't stay there, but it is okay to not be okay. So sometimes just hearing someone else say, hey, it's okay. It's okay. It doesn't necessarily give anyone permission, but it does, I think, sometimes help minimize the shame or the worry or the burden to hear. So that's kind of what I'm going to do tonight. Sippy sip. I'll talk about Christmas. Back in 2007, I'm not going to go into great detail tonight. In 2007, my dad died in October, and in November, Chris and I were a 2-income household, and without warning and unexpectedly, just very abruptly, we were a one-person house. We were a income household. And the one that we no longer had was the large one, the bigger one, the one that we had established our lifestyle around. Does that make sense? We had based our bills, our spending, our planning, everything around that particular income. So we didn't have any more. And it was a crazy situation all the way around, but Dad had just passed unexpectedly. Then this occurred in November, and then in December, Christmas. We had 3 littles at the time. Like I said, it was 2007. gosh, it was really something. We learned a lot. We learned a lot that year, the following year. I'll share a little more on the podcast, but for tonight, I'm just going to say we found ourselves in a position that we hadn't been in really since we'd gotten married. The finances were not in abundance. They were minimal. And we had to change how we did Christmas. Okay? We had to make some changes that year and the following year, and we've kept those changes ongoing because it lessened the stress. It helps keep us focused on the reason for the season, which is the birth of Jesus Christ, the miracle birth of Jesus Christ, and all that comes with that, the awe and the wonder and just all that started the birth of Christ. So, I mean, that's where his life started. And anyways, just everything about Jesus, right? Just we get to take this time to remember that, okay. So here's the thing. I remember like seeing on social media, trees with just gifts everywhere. I remember seeing people take trips and sharing Christmas pictures. Nothing wrong with any of those things. Nothing. But I was not in the position to do that with our family anymore. And so it's hard. And sometimes it's easy if you keep looking at those pictures and such. It's easy to fall into comparison, right? And I truly believe that comparison is truly the thief of joy. You're trying to keep up with people and you just can't. We're just trying to keep our electric on. I mean, that's no joke. So I had to learn at that time what to look at, and I also had to learn what was real and what wasn't real. And I also had to learn that some people, as we did in the past, you buy all this stuff for Christmas, you're paying it off for the next year. Or if you let things go, or, whatever. You just put yourself in quite the bind for Christmas. Let me go ahead and interject something here. It's written down, but I want to go ahead and say it. There is no shame if you are in a financial position to have a large Christmas and spend abundantly and just go all out. That's perfectly fine. No shame in that. We love you too. I mean, that is okay. If you're not in that position, we love you too. There's no shame in that. It's okay. And so maybe those that are in the position of abundance, I don't know how else to explain it or how to refer to it, financially at Christmas. If you ever wonder why maybe people aren't participating in gift exchanges anymore, or maybe why someone said, no thanks to going out to dinner, or you didn't get the normal Christmas flowers from those people, my guess would be they're doing the best they can, right, with what they have. So that was us. We were doing the best we could with what we had. And we had to bail out of both that year and the following year. I mean, it took us a little while to get back on our feet. And then we hit something in 2014 that, anyways, another day, story for another day. And during 2007, I do want to say this. There is a testimony in there of so many ways God was faithful and our needs were met. And someday I'll share that. But right now, because it's the Christmas season, I just want to be a voice that tells people it's okay to scale it down, to rein it in, to to cut some lists in half, to go ahead and decline the offer to be part of gift exchanges. Or we had told our family and friends, hey, we're going to pass on gift exchanges this year, thank you, but we got to do what's best for our family. And we bought for our little Core 5, at that time. Our Core is now Core 7 with Renly and her mom, Jenna. But at that time, it was the Core 5 there. And, some people didn't understand it. Some people didn't like it. Some people didn't agree with it. But you know what? It's okay, because those people weren't paying our mortgage. mean, if they wanted to, they could have, but it was hard. I remember at work, I had to say, hey, I'm going to have to, and really, and at work, like we set a limit, it was like $10 gift and such. And, people say, you can't do $10. Well, it's not just one $10 gift. Remember, you have 3 kids, so you have teachers' gifts, the secretary gifts, the gift exchanges at school, the items for the parties. There's just a lot more that goes into it than, oh, it's just one $10 gift. In that setting, yeah. But then we had multiple of those settings. And so I just had to say, I can't participate. And I wasn't the only one saying that. Others were like, hey, we got to take a break now. I can't participate. But I still went to the party and had a good time. It's okay. And also, after telling some of our friends and family, like, hey, we're not buying anything. Thank you. Don't buy for us. People bought us gifts. Now, I will say this. I had to learn how to receive during that time. And again, that would be a story for another night, because it's something. And it's all God that taught me, because I was being very prideful. Anyways, I had to learn to receive gifts, and it was hard, because what do you do when what do you want to do? Our nature is, somebody gives you a gift, you want to give something back, right? And I remember one lady in particular gave me a gift, but it was for our whole family. And I said, no, I thank you. I can't accept that, but boy, I thank you. And she took my hands and she said, I don't know if she said honey or Maxetta, but she said, I didn't give you this gift to get something in return. I gave you this gift because I wanted to, because it makes me feel good to do it. Okay, thank you, but I mean, it's hard to swallow. It is. So I just want to remind you that if you are in the position that you need to make some changes this year, it's okay. If you can't buy all new decorations, if you can't even afford really maybe to put up what you have, that's okay too. If you can, that's okay too. My mom was a teacher for, I think, 38 years, and she loved all her little teacher gifts for Christmas. But she also loved the students that didn't get her a gift. And she also loved if a student got her a Hershey bar, or a student got her a full pack of lotion. Nowadays it'd be Bath and Body Works sets. The size or amount of the gift didn't matter to her. She loved and cherished all of them, but she also loved and cherished all the kids that didn't give her a gift. She loved the ones that gave her a Christmas card or made her a homemade gift. So my hope is, like, if you can't do it, don't. It's okay. The first few times that you have to decline, or that you share these changes that you're implementing for your family, it's going to be hard and you might get a little pushback. But then after the first few times you get it, people just know, and it's easier. And sometimes you release others to do the same. Maybe somebody else was struggling and they just couldn't say, hey, I can't participate. But once you say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and sit back, I'll take pictures or something, but I'm not going to participate, it frees them up to do the same. Therefore, they're not super stressed out or in debt or struggling to get, everybody's gift, get the right gift, get what's appropriate, get it wrapped, get it to the person, and celebrate. That just be careful that the chaos and busyness of this time of year doesn't overshadow what we're to be celebrating this time of year, what we are remembering this time of year. Yeah, I think that I'm going to leave it at that. I have a lot more I could say, and I did say a lot more on the podcast, but for now, tonight's Chatting with Maxie is, it's okay to do Christmas the way you want to and that best benefits you and your family. Having a zillion presents may not benefit you and your family. Each kid getting a couple things may be the best. It might be best that this year you focus on what can we do as a family that doesn't cost money. I am thinking of a few young couples that I know. I know that the girls, they're women, they're ladies, but they're girls to me. They're younger, either they are our children's age or my nieces and nephews' ages. And, now they have families of their own, and some of them are stay at home moms now. Wonderful. But to do that, they had to make some changes in their household. And then now the pressure of the holidays are upon them, Christmas are upon them, and they feel torn in so many different directions. And the advice I've given to about 3 of them that I've talked to is one, it's okay to take a social media break so that you're not comparing. If you can't get completely off of there, snooze people for 30 days. That'll get you through the holidays. They'll never know. And don't ever be ashamed. Don't ever be ashamed of the situation that you've chosen that works best for your family. Don't do that, okay? Because ultimately, everyone else's opinions, they don't matter. They don't matter. You can do fun stuff. That you can drive around, walk around, look at all the pretty lights. There are lots of free activities. At least in this county, there's a little poster on Facebook, a little flyer on there with lots of free activities you can take the kids. Make a little hot cocoa. If you're the crafty type, I'm not. Make some little crafts. There are just a lot of things that you can do that doesn't break the bank. And when you're in a financial hardship, when money is tight and your finances have decreased, stress. I mean, it automatically just stress. It can consume you. I know, I've been there. And it can take away and completely ruin the joy, the peace, the laughter, everything that is part of that situation or that season. The stress will just suck it right out of you. So if you can, and even this year, we're scaled way back. Everyone will get something and enjoy it, but really we enjoy time together. And of course, our little Renly this year, she doesn't know yet what's going on, but to watch her see all the Christmas lights, she loves it. Her little eyes light up and just glisten as she watches them, and we'll just enjoy a little slower pace. It's okay. Everyone will be okay. And no one's really going to be thinking about it next month, so it's okay. Your children will not be ruined if they don't have 74 gifts each under the tree. They'll be okay. They'll make it. But also, hear me, this is nothing too. I know some people that plan well all year. They work at Christmas Club. That's fantastic. And they buy early. And they're just they catch sales and discounts. It's okay. If you are one that's in a position that finances are not tight and they're not a problem, that is okay also. That is completely okay also. Just be aware that others may not be in the same position, but either way, neither situation makes you less than or lower than. No, both situations can be celebrated and appreciated and enjoyed. Yeah, that's it. I don't have Bible scriptures per se tonight to share with you. I would encourage you to read through the birth of Christ. A lot of people are getting ready to start their Advent studies. Every year I say I'm going to. Every year I make it about 3 or 4 days, and then I move on to my other studies. So we'll see what this year holds. Who knows? 3 recommendations. Now listen to me. I'm serious about this. So I listened to 2 podcasts today. So there's an author. She's an author, speaker, podcaster that I really like, and I've learned a lot from her. She's funny, but she's also like super deep. There's nothing really surface level or fluffy about her. She has a remarkable testimony as well. But she has a new devotional out, so she's on a few different podcasts. Well, I listened to her on 2 different podcasts today. Some of the information was the same, not a whole lot, but both conversations were fire. I mean, they were so good. I'm going to listen to them again and take some notes. So the first podcast episode I listened to with her was on, it's called The Happy Hour with Jamie Ivey, and it's with, the guest is Jackie Hill Perry. It's her most recent episode. The second podcast was with Sadie Robertson. I think I'm saying her name right. She's the Duck Dynasty gal, and her podcast is called Whoa, That's Good, and her guest Jackie Hill Perry, and it was also her most recent episode. So I recommend you listen to both of those. So good. They were really so good. They were so good. And my third recommendation is go look at some Christmas lights. Go on. I haven't been a whole lot of places. Linda Sparks has some good ones for the locals at Back Fork. I'd say Johnny and Michelle Stillman probably have theirs out up Curtin. I don't know. Cowan, the town of Cowan, have some out that are beautiful. Webster Springs have beautiful. Drive all through town. They're beautiful. I'm sure there's lots of other people that I'm missing. I will recommend, I was coming home today from work and I had to work, I was in Greenbrier County in Pocahontas. So I came back, I went through and came back through Richwood. I don't know who it is. I'd love to know, but going into Richwood, not down in it, but on your way to Richwood, there is a house. I love it. It's great. They have like a blow up horse, I think it is. It has like a wreath around, a blow up wreath around it. And they have it, it's big, it's really big, and they have it positioned right there by their bales of hay. So it's like it can get it a little bite to eat for lunch. I thought it was great. So there's my recommendations, the 2 podcasts, and look at some Christmas lights. Okay, that's it for tonight. Let me know, y'all, let me know your thoughts on the liquor guy, cup liquor. That's really something. It's really something, isn't it? So enjoy this time of year. Don't let stress be bigger than the joy. It's not worth it. It's not worth it, I promise. All right. Thank you. Share it with your friends if you like it, and join me next week.